Michail Antonio has held talks with an English Football League side, over a year after his near-fatal car crash. The former West Ham star was grievously wounded in a huge crash in his £260,000 Ferrari FF in Epping Forest in December 2024. Sign up for the football newsletter. Thank you. Michail Antonio is in talks to return to football after a move to Leicester collapsed credit. Getty. Reports suggest Charlton have held initial talks with the 35-year-old credit. Shutterstock Editorial. Antonio, 35, was trapped in the wreck, which left him with a broken femur in 4 places, for 45 minutes before he was airlifted to hospital. The Jamaican international was let go upon the expiry of his contract at West Ham in the following summer. He returned to training in a bid to find a new club and was in action at the training ground of Championship side Leicester in December. However, in January, his bid to return to playing 13 months after his crash fell apart when he suffered a training injury. Read more in football. But Antonio has now entered contract talks with another Championship club. This time, according to BBC Sport, Antonio has held initial talks with Charlton about his return to professional football. Antonio is no stranger to life in South London, having grown up in Wandsworth before starring for Tooting and Mitcham. He left London football in 2009 and wouldn't return until 2015 with West Ham. Most read in Sport. Best online casinos, top sites in the UK. During his time with the Hammers, Antonio became the club's all-time record goalscorer. After he was released, Antonio became a pundit and was announced on the lineup for TNT Sports for the 2025-26 season while he continues his efforts to take up pro football again. He appeared on the broadcaster on Tuesday night as Thomas Frank conducted what would be his final post-match interview before being sacked as Tottenham boss. Frank did not appear to take too kindly to one line of questioning as he was asked about his future as Spurs boss following a 2-1 defeat to Newcastle. When asked if he could give one message to the Spurs fans who would like someone else in charge before they play Arsenal on February 22, Frank's face said it all. Frank said, "That's a fair question. I would just say what I do is I work very hard. I do everything we can to put a competitive team out there that is ready to fight." The handshake and the extended stare afterwards said 1,000 words. Antonio asserted that Frank was feeling the heat with Spurs just 5 points above the drop. He said, "It's a man under pressure, but I just feel like it was the questioning to me. I felt like Dan was properly prodding him there and I could see inside he was boiling up." He didn't want to answer the question, he just wanted to get off. And it's just constant questions about him and his job. I could see the look in his face. If I could swear right now, that was basically what he was basically saying to him. Tottenham are in a bad place. If West Ham had won today, they'd only be 3 points behind Tottenham. Recommended stories. It could easily be a relegation scrap for them because at the end of the day, West Ham are performing. West Ham are doing well. Nottingham Forest have done well. The fans aren't happy and they haven't been happy for a while. Antonio has not played professionally since being released by West Ham credit. Getty. Antonio was trapped in his car wreck for 45 minutes after his crash in December 2024 credit. Steve Bell. Comments.